Hi, I'd like to show you how something as simple as a little sine wave like this can explain much of the physics and chemistry and all the sciences put together. With this you can explain the myths, the legends, the fairy tales and Bibles and epic poems of every culture under the sun. With this you can acquire an abundance of spiritual wisdom and knowledge and information about the universe. You can learn knowledge and wisdom about how to heal yourself. With this sine wave, you can know where we have come from in history, where we are presently, and where we are going. It also can reveal a lot about what's going to happen in 2012. With this sine wave, I would like to show you how most of the enigmas and puzzles and perplexing things of this world can be explained. Now, in order to do so, I'd like to point your attention to the sine wave as it is on a map of the Earth. And here it is. There's the sine wave. You will have seen it many times if you studied geography. And as you see, there is an equator which divides the two hemispheres, the north and the south. And you see the sine wave reaching up 23.5 degrees to the north of the equator, reaching the Tropic of Cancer. Then the sun descends down into winter, down to the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees below the equator, and then journeys back upward to the equinox on March the 21st. Now, I'd like to show you the same sine wave on a more modern map. Here we have the equator separating the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. And you'll notice the 12 segments that the Earth has been divided into. And you'll notice the sine wave as the sine wave goes up to the Tropic of Cancer, and these countries in the northern hemisphere enjoy their summer. Then as the sine wave goes down to the Tropic of Capricorn, these countries are experiencing winter, and the southern hemisphere is enjoying summer. This is the same sine wave, only the backdrop is the stars of the heavens. In other words, this is the dome of the heavens and all the 48 constellations. Notice again the sine wave, which is the ecliptic of the sun and the galactic equator. And here are the 12 segments. And those 12 segments are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And these 12 divisions are the 12 signs of the zodiac. So we see where the sine wave is in the heavens, we see where the sine wave is on the Earth. Now I'd like to draw a very simple graph on the whiteboard to show how we can tie this sine wave in with many other fractals of this particular sine wave. Here we have the Earth, and that's the equator. Here is the Tropic of Cancer. Here is the Tropic of Capricorn. And this is the sun's path annually. Spring, summer, autumn and winter. Now, the moon does something similar. The sun is seen to be waxing as it goes to the longest day, and then it's waning when it goes to the shortest day. The moon does exactly the same thing. New moon, waxing, full moon, waning, new moon. So the solar cycle mimics the lunar cycle. In fact, pay close attention to the quarter moon. As we bring the sine wave back around into itself and make a circular graph, We have the sun on December the 21st climbing and waxing, reaching the highest, the longest day that would correspond to the moon at full. And these are the equinoxes correspond to quarter moon waxing, quarter moon waning. Now, the ancients taught us that the human being is also part of this cycle. In fact, March the 21st represents Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. The spring, the top part of the body. Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Most of the torso. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So we see the moon, we see that humans, we see the summer and the winter cycle, the yearly cycle, and also the daily cycle. The sine wave goes through everything in the universe, from subatomic particles to galaxy clusters. This is the science of as above, so below. This is the science of man, know thyself. And what better wisdom can there be? To know nature, how it works and how we relate to nature. So I would like to share this wisdom with you, and I would like to encourage people to have a look at my YouTube site, which is called MrAstrotheology. And there are an abundance of videos. And I go into depth. I go into great depth into these cycles and show how knowing this is of great benefit to us. We can heal ourselves with this wisdom and this knowledge. We can explain all the myths and legends and fairy tales with this sine wave and these cycles. We can learn about the future, where we're going, where we've been, where we are at present. This cycle can give us an abundance of wisdom and impart a lot of insight to us to help us in our daily life. What I'm offering is the key to understanding all these things, and the wisdom, the abundance of wisdom that you will acquire from studying this cycle of nature, and you will lift the veil of Isis.